Now I recognize for his 5 minutes of questioning the Vice Chair of this committee, the gentleman from Utah, Mr. Owens.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First of all, good seeing you again, Madam Secretary, and to say the least, it's an honor to work with you as a colleague. Also, very excited about the innovation you're going to bring to this department that you're now leading. By the way, I did get the call, everybody, and I would say that is an indication of the partnership that you understand, bipartisanship, and also the hustle, and both are needed right now in your position. We're facing a tidal wave when it comes down to demand. We have, as mentioned earlier, 7 million worker deficit, and we have $10 trillion being invested. So we have to truly bring innovation into this process and again, work together to make this all work. Madam Secretary, President Trump had, and some of the stuff you've touched on a little bit, but I'm going to allow you to maybe add more comments. President Trump has made it a goal to reach and surpass the 1 million new active apprenticeships. We know that there's employers across the country that want to be more involved to find the current system very challenging to navigate. What reforms can be made to better facilitate employer engagement and with the registered apprenticeship program?
Again, this is the exciting part of this new administration. What President Trump did in the first administration, he's kind of doubled down on the second administration, that the American worker will come first, and that I will work with all organizations, whether it's organized labor, private business, private sector. We want to entice all companies, private and public, to invest in their workforce in order to get to that pipeline of 1 million apprentices. I mentioned earlier, and I'm not sure, Congressman, if you were here, the International Association of Firefighters. We hosted them at the Department of Labor specifically because they were launching their first apprenticeship program, because we know we need the workforce for our firefighters and our first responders and our wildland firefighters as we move through. I had a conversation with law enforcement. They're considering registering apprenticeships for law enforcement officers. How exciting would that be, that our first responders and our law enforcement would step up and want to know that their pipeline is now respected and they could register with the Department of Labor. This is not only good for the country, it's good for the public to see that the private sector is investing in the future of this country and protecting that American worker. So I will be the conduit. I will bridge that gap. I will fill that table every single time. That's what the President of the United States asked me to do, and that's why I'm willing to work across the aisle and for the best policy of this country so that everyone can attain the American dream.
By the way, that's going to be music to the ears of my Utah firefighters for sure. Just met with them recently. We often hear from businesses that there's a disconnect between the educational system and industry, which results in workers unprepared to enter the workforce. Again, you might have touched on this a little bit earlier. You might want to just dig a little deeper. But what steps will the department take to bridge that gap, and how can Congress help to address this issue?
Congress does a wonderful job in understanding the issues if they're on the ground. I want to be the storyteller for you as I travel around this country so that you do navigate the system and make good policy that will withstand the test of time. That is what the President is doing. He's looking the future of 100 years out. We're not looking for policies that'll be overturned. And it is my goal to understand that, no longer is just a 4-year degree what we want to see. We're seeing so often that technical schools, centers of excellence, community colleges, we understand that there's 6-month certificates, 12-month. Some of these apprentice programs are 4 and 5 years, but they're producing mortgage-paying jobs for their families to protect those families, that they can determine where they want to live, where they want to invest, where they want to raise their kids. That's the freedom and prosperity that people are looking for, and it is the Department of Labor's honor to actually assist in that and help Congress determine what that can be. So I hope we continue to work together. I hope as a former colleague you understand that this is an honor to serve at the pleasure of the President, but it's really an honor to serve the American people and change the way we have done business for far too long, where government has been an adversary as opposed to an ally. And I want to be an ally for the American worker and the American business.
Thank you. Ashley covered my next question, so we'll be able to give some more time back. But I'll just say this. Your background as a business owner and mayor, you understand what return on investment is, and that's what we need in government. So thank you for taking on this position and look forward to work with you.
Thank you, Congressman.
I yield back.